Hello and welcome to Settlements Combat Demonstration. For those of you on Steam, you'll know me as Tormunda, the Settlements developer. So, what have we here? Looks like my characters have got themselves in a bit of a mess. We have a settlement attack going on with an awful lot of enemy, including an awful lot of lancers, so this really doesn't look good. So, what have I got to defend myself with? We have my main four characters. We have some characters here on the walls, some militia I've trained up, and a cannon. That's going to really help. So what really am I up against here? Lancers. Bad news. I have information here on the left hand side because I have a high monster lore that tells me they have armor penetration of 12 for these lancers. And these two. There are some lancers that come with a higher penetration value than that, so thankfully, even though I have a lot of them, they're not of the higher kind. We have some bounty hunters here that will throw spears, as well as some barb spitters that are gonna cause my rear lineup here a lot of problems. So, I think I'll start off by dealing with this combat at a very basic level, and then I'll add in some more mechanics as I go along. So across the top of the bar here we have our initiative bar. This shows the order that people are going to act. This only covers the front four characters here and the 8 front monsters. It doesn't cover these here, although it will cover your war machine, in this case a cannon. The order in which they appear in the initiative bar is based on what weapon they're using, the stats they have, and there's a settlement bonus there. I've got a guardhouse which is giving me +6. So, this is my main tank. Going to go first, which is really good. Now, when you hover over your characters, you'll see, in front of the monsters, pops out this little red box. That little red box says, hey, you, in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4, are annoying me the most, and I'm going to attack you. So you can see this person's got 2 people. 2 monsters are going to attack them. This has got 2, this has got 2, this has got 2. That's how they'll start out. They'll split out evenly. Each of your characters has a threat rating. This is based on the equipment they're using, and this value will add to all of these creatures every single turn. What actions these characters take will also increase threat against all these creatures every single turn. The person that has the most threat versus the creature every single turn is the person they're going to attack. These characters here do not generate threat, and these monsters here are ignoring your threat. So, let's just start off nice and simple. We'll just get this character here to use a basic attack, no buttons, and I'll just click on one of these. There you go, I hit somebody. This person now's got 3 monsters attacking them. And this person's only got 1 because I hit one of his. Okay, this character here, yeah, the same again. I got 2 that are on them. I could, if I wish, look at this character and go, well, you're going to be my main buffer, the person I need to look after, so I'm going to take one of yours off you. So I'm going to hit that one. And as you can see, I've done that. This character's going to do the same. I'm going to say, okay, Hugh, there you are. Right, so this character now has no enemy on her. 2, 3, 3. So that way you can control which monster is attacking which character. Doing damage obviously is a really good way to draw threat, but there are many other ways. Now, this character here, it's got a low threat, it's got a dagger, it's got dodge, it's got combat heal, formation, and inspire, as well as taunt, and this end icon here is to swap with one of these characters should you get really, really low on health. So this is my main buffer. My main buffer is going to use an ability here called Formation. What that did is it increased the armor value on all the other characters, not her own. You can see by the little icon. That makes these characters tougher. It also threw extra threat against these 3 characters. So what this character's effectively done is said, you 3 form up in front of me and form some kind of defensive line, while she stands behind. That is basically what's happened here, and the monsters now will have even more threat versus these 3 and none versus her. You can tell this by looking at the little coloured boxes in front of the monsters. The green box, which at this time is at the bottom of every single one, reflects her as the lowest threatening character there is in the lot. So let's just use my cannon and think about what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to fire it out there for now. Okay. Let all the monsters out there go, throwing spears and shooting stuff. Some of my rear guys got hurt, but in general we're fine. Now then, let's ramp up some of these tactics and get things working a bit smoother, shall we? Right, my main tank here is a full-on tank. Knows what it's doing, high armor. So they are going to go. Strangely enough, because their armor can be so high with that, I could either go into the full defensive stance, which is going to make the next birthday kickoff even better, or if I put my main tank in a full aggressive stance, that's what these boxes are here, aggressive, defensive, neutral. The aggressive stance, not only does it do more damage, but it also generates a lot more threat. It lowers their defense, but this character's tough, and this character here is going to look after him. Or her, actually. So let's do that. He's going to put himself in an offensive stance, and now I'm going to kick off Taunt.
Everyone get behind me!
If you put your mouse over him now, every single one of those monsters is going to go straight for Cammy here. Cammy's going to be in a world of pain, but that's fine. This character here is going to switch to multi-attack. Now, as your skills go up in various weapons, more abilities will unlock down here that do different effects. So this character here has double strike. Double strike is 2 strikes, which is the same creature. I really need to try and get rid of some of these lancers and pull some of these other monsters through. There's just way too many lancers against me here, so let's go for it. This character here is also going to double strike, same target. Okay, the target's bleeding, but still alive. I've got my formation up. She's going to use this next round now to kick off an Inspire. Inspire is a slow heal over time, as well as a little bit of a combat buff. I need to start thinking about what I'm doing with my cannon now. I can't just fire randomly. I need to try and weaken the amount of ranged creatures that are hitting these characters here. So, first things first, these characters here, let's make sure they're actually doing things correctly. The first button here is to allow them to hide and heal should they get too badly injured. The second button here is to decide whether they're going to shoot at the front row or the rear row. I need him to shoot at the rear. Get rid of some of those characters here. And the last one here is if their skills are high enough in their current weapons. No. Yes. They can shoot more than once. These are just recently changed into muskets, so they don't have the skill. Right, let's hammer down and get rid of some of these ranged. There we go. So all the enemy have thrown their weapons, have shot their barbs. I've got one guy that's hurting a little bit here, but we'll manage. Back to my front character. My front character is going to start going a bit wild now and hitting things. Front character's got a pet wolf. Pet wolf is going to attack as well when I attack. Killed one. Drew one of them in. Let's carry this on. Next weakest. Hit him. Hit him. And she really needs to try and keep their defenses up. Although they still have a formation up for now, so she's actually going to assist. Killed another one. I have buried spikes here in the ground. What that does is when I kill one of these and these move forward, they'll take damage as they come forward, unless they have flying or some other reason why they wouldn't take damage. Let's yet again hit these with a cannon. Okay, my rear row, a little bit wounded, still not worried. My front row, absolutely fine. Everybody's hitting into Cammy, and Cammy is just soaking it as though nothing's happening. Let's put that Armor buff back up again. And we'll carry on. At the moment, these are quite high level characters, although this looked like an awful lot for them to deal with. To be honest, I think they're not going to have any kind of issue mopping these characters up at all. The only people that are under any threat on this combat whatsoever are my rear, and I'm just making sure we get rid of some of those archers now. She's going to carry on fighting. I don't need to heal anybody, I don't need to buff anybody. In fact, I think a lot of these characters now are going to start switching to an offensive stance to get as much damage out as possible. They're looking pretty rough, but there's not many enemy archers left now. Yet again, as I said, not really concerned with this fight. I gotta make sure everybody is now on full offense, and we'll just mop these up. Do want to keep these lancers down if I can, purely because of their armor penetration. And for my last action here, that guy. Some of my characters here are actually starting to heal faster than they're getting damaged. If they're in the reserve section, they actually heal automatically, as opposed to here you actually have to tell people to heal. When my character is bleeding, not worried about it. Battle is almost over. Really wasn't anything here to worry about. That other characters you see when they try to come forward with the monster, it died on the way in, that's why we've ended up with the wolf. There's a complete combat readout here on the right hand side, it tells you exactly what's going on. If you want to see the details. She's going to kick off combat heal, just to tidy that character up a little bit. The cannon does nothing anymore because there's nothing the cannon to shoot at. The cannon can only shoot into the reserves. These characters now will automatically shoot into the front row. I don't have to tell them. They'll do it on their own because there's no reserves left. And this battle is over. What you can do if you want to speed up the combat, click this button here and it'll go through things a lot quicker. And there you have it. So although there was an awful lot of enemy against me, understanding really how to move the threat onto the characters that you want the threat to go onto, make sure that they're able to absorb the threat. If they couldn't, then you really need to make sure that you're pushing a lot of healing on them, or getting them to run away, or using dodge, evade, put them on the defensive stance. That's this character at the moment actually, so you'd put them on a defensive stance, you would use evade. That would boost their defensive ratings up an awful lot more. Get them to try and hold on while you're healing that character, either through combat healing or through Inspire. Inspire still kicks out a little bit of healing. They can use any equipment that they're carrying. Some of these characters here are carrying some healing herbs. Worst comes to the worst, you can swap them out. Like I say, swap out with this character. And they'll swap out. And they can sit over here and heal then. Not that she needs healing, just thought I'd demonstrate. Quickly mob up the last couple. He's come in with a club. But he's also come in with a bandage. So I'm going to kick the bandage off. Healed him a little bit. And unlocked combat healing for this character. That's it. Combat over. So I hope that explained a few things for you. Showed you what what basics are in the combat. The threat management is really the key thing you need to look at, especially when you go against some of the boss monsters. That's it. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.